What if I told you there is one verse in the entire Quran that is repeated not once, not twice, but 31 times in a single surah, and every single time you hear it, it feels like Allah is speaking directly to you, not to a crowd, not to history, but to your own life, your own struggles, your own forgotten blessings. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ? Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? Now think about that. Allah is not just telling you about blessings. He is interrupting you again and again, as if your heart keeps forgetting what it already knows. In a world where we are constantly chasing more money, more success, more validation, we rarely stop to notice what we already have. Breath we don't think about, peace we don't value, moments we don't appreciate until they're gone. In Surah Ar-Rahman, it doesn't let you stay distracted, it pulls you back, again and again and again. Because this is not just a surah you read, this is a surah that wakes you up. Today we will uncover 7 powerful lessons behind this repeated verse. And by the end, you will realize something shocking. You were never lacking blessings. You were just too distracted to see them. Repetition is a sign of importance. Have you ever noticed that the most important things in life are often repeated? A parent repeats advice because they care. A teacher repeats a lesson because it will appear on the exam. In the same way, Allah does not repeat this ayah 31 times by accident. Every repetition carries a purpose. Look at the world today. Most people spend their days chasing more money, more success, more followers, more approval. Social media constantly shows us what others have, making us forget the countless blessings already present in our own lives. We become so focused on what is missing that we stop appreciating what Allah has already given us. Every morning you wake up with blessings that many people would pray for. You can breathe, see, walk, think, eat, and speak. Your heart beats without your permission. Your body works without your control. Yet because these gifts are part of our daily routine, we rarely stop to appreciate them. This is why the repeated ayah in Surah Ar-Rahman is so powerful. Every time Allah mentions another sign of His mercy, He asks the same question again. Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? It is like a spiritual wake-up call, pulling us out of our distractions and reminding us to see what we have overlooked. The repetition itself is a mercy. Allah knows how quickly human beings forget. He knows how easily we become distracted by worries, desires, and worldly ambitions. So He repeats the question again and again, not because He needs the answer, but because we need the reminder. And that is the first lesson of Surah Ar-Rahman. If Allah repeats something 31 times, it is because it is far too important to hear only once. Gratitude is the foundation of faith. One of the biggest reasons Allah repeats this ayah throughout Surah Ar-Rahman is to teach us the power of gratitude. In today's world, people are constantly encouraged to focus on what they don't have. We compare our lives with others, chase bigger goals, and convince ourselves that happiness is always somewhere in the future. As a result, we often forget the blessings we already possess. Surah Ar-Rahman changes our perspective. Before repeating the ayah, Allah mentions countless signs of His mercy, the creation of human beings, the sun and moon, the earth, the oceans, fruits, and countless other blessings that make life possible. Then Allah asks, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? This question forces us to pause and reflect. How can we complain about what is missing when we are surrounded by blessings every day? The ability to see, hear, think, love, and worship Allah are gifts beyond measure. Yet because we experience them daily, we often take them for granted. True gratitude is more than simply saying Alhamdulillah. It is recognizing that every good thing in our lives comes from Allah. It is waking up each day with the awareness that we are living in His mercy. The more grateful a person becomes, the more peace they find in their heart. That is why Allah repeats this question again and again throughout the surah. He is teaching us that gratitude is not just a good habit, it is the foundation of a strong relationship with Him. A grateful heart sees blessings everywhere, while an ungrateful heart only sees what it lacks. The Ayah breaks the illusion of self-sufficiency. One of the greatest illusions of modern life is the belief that we are completely self-made. We live in a world that constantly celebrates independence and personal achievement. People proudly say, "I built this success," "I earned this lifestyle," or "I made myself who I am today." While hard work is important, Surah Ar-Rahman reminds us of a deeper truth. Behind every achievement stands the mercy and favor of Allah. Think about it for a moment. The intelligence you use to solve problems, who gave it to you? The health that allows you to work, study, and pursue your goals, who sustains it every day? The opportunities that appeared in your life, the people who helped you, the doors that opened at the right moment, were they all completely under your control? The more honestly we reflect, the more we realize that much of what we call my success is actually built upon blessings that Allah placed in our lives. This is why the repeated ayah in Surah Ar-Rahman is so powerful. Every time Allah mentions another sign of His greatness and mercy, He asks again, "Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?" It is as if Allah is gently reminding us that nothing we possess truly belongs to us. Everything is a gift, a trust, and a blessing from Him. Today's world often teaches people to rely only on themselves. We are told that if we have enough money, enough knowledge, or enough influence, we can control our future. But life constantly proves otherwise. A healthy person can become sick overnight. A successful business can collapse unexpectedly. A carefully planned future can change in a single moment. These experiences remind us that we are not as powerful as we imagine. The purpose of this realization is not to make us fearful. It is to make us humble. When a person understands that every blessing comes from Allah, arrogance begins to disappear. They stop looking down on others. They stop believing they are superior because of their wealth, status, or achievements. Instead, they become grateful because they know that everything they have could never exist without the permission of Allah. Perhaps this is one of the deepest messages behind the repetition of this ayah. Allah is teaching us to move from pride to gratitude, from self-reliance to reliance upon Him. The more we recognize His favors, the more we realize how dependent we truly are on His mercy. And that realization is not a weakness, it is the beginning of true wisdom. Because when a person stops worshiping their own abilities and starts appreciating the one who gave them those abilities, their heart becomes closer to Allah than ever before. Every repetition is a personal question from Allah. One of the most remarkable things about this ayah is that it does not feel like a statement. It feels like a conversation. Allah is not simply listing blessings and moving on. Instead, after mentioning His signs, His mercy, and His countless favors, He pauses and asks a question: "Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?" And then He asks it again, and again, and again. Imagine speaking to someone you deeply care about. If they are distracted, lost, or forgetting something important, you do not simply tell them once and walk away. You keep bringing them back to the truth because you want them to understand. In the same way, the repeated ayah in Surah Ar-Rahman feels like Allah continuously calling His servants back to awareness. The beauty of this question is that every person hears it differently. A wealthy person may hear it and remember the blessings they take for granted. A struggling person may hear it and realize that even in hardship, Allah has given them countless gifts. A young person may think about their future. An elderly person may reflect on a lifetime of blessings. The same question reaches every heart, yet speaks to each person in a unique way. This is especially important in today's world because we live in an age of distraction. Never before have people had so much information and yet felt so disconnected from themselves. Every day we are flooded with notifications, messages, videos, advertisements, and endless content competing for our attention. Our minds are constantly busy, but our hearts are often empty. We rush from one task to another without ever stopping to reflect on the blessings surrounding us. Many people spend hours scrolling through social media, comparing their lives to carefully edited images of other people's success. They see someone's luxury lifestyle and feel poor. They see someone's achievements and feel behind. They see someone's happiness and feel deprived. Gradually, they begin focusing only on what they lack. But Surah Ar-Rahman interrupts this mindset. Every time Allah asks, "Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?" it is as though He is telling us to stop looking at what is missing and start looking at what is present. The repetition reflects the endless flow of Allah's blessings. Have you ever wondered why Allah repeats this ayah not 5 times, not 10 times, but 31 times throughout Surah Ar-Rahman? One of the most beautiful reasons is that Allah's blessings are not limited, occasional, or rare. They are constant. They surround us every moment of every day, whether we notice them or not. Most people only recognize blessings when they lose them. We rarely appreciate our health until we become sick. We rarely appreciate our free time until life becomes overwhelming. We rarely appreciate our loved ones until they are gone. Human beings have a tendency to overlook what is present and focus on what is absent. That is why Surah Ar-Rahman repeatedly brings our attention back to Allah's favors. Every time Allah mentions a blessing, He asks the same question: which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? It is as if Allah is showing us blessing after blessing, mercy after mercy, sign after sign, and then asking us to reflect honestly. The question keeps returning because the blessings keep coming. Think about your life right now. Even at this very moment, thousands of processes are happening inside your body without your effort. Your heart is beating. Your lungs are breathing. Your eyes are seeing. Your brain is processing information. You are not controlling any of it. Allah is sustaining it all. If even one of these systems stopped functioning, your entire life would change in an instant. In today's fast-paced world, people often live as if everything is guaranteed. We make plans for next week, next month, and next year without realizing that every new day is itself a gift from Allah. We assume that the blessings we enjoy today will always be there tomorrow. But the reality is that every moment of health, peace, safety, guidance, and provision is a mercy from our Lord. What makes Surah Ar-Rahman so powerful is that it trains us to see blessings everywhere. The sun that rises each morning, the water we drink without thinking, the food on our tables, the people who care about us, the ability to hear the Quran, the chance to make tawbah after making mistakes. These are not ordinary things. They are signs of Allah's generosity. And perhaps the greatest blessing of all is that Allah continues to guide us despite our shortcomings. We make mistakes, become distracted, forget Him, and sometimes take His favors for granted. Yet He continues to provide for us, protect us, and call us back to Him. Every repetition of this ayah is a reminder that His mercy has not stopped flowing. The repetition mirrors reality itself. Just as Allah's blessings never stop, the reminder never stops. Again and again, Allah asks the question, because again and again He gives us reasons to be grateful. And when we begin to see life through this lens, everything changes. We stop seeing our lives as a list of problems and start seeing them as a collection of countless gifts. We realize that we are far richer in blessings than we ever imagined. That is the 5th lesson of Surah Ar-Rahman. Allah repeats this ayah because His favors are endless. Every repetition is another reminder that His mercy surrounds you, His blessings sustain you, and His generosity is far greater than you can ever count. The ayah prepares you for the hereafter and redefines what real success means. One of the most powerful layers of Surah Ar-Rahman is that it does not limit its message to this world only. It does not just speak about food, water, nature, or daily blessings. It also takes your attention beyond this life towards the reality of the hereafter. And every time it does that, the same question returns again. Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? This repetition is not random. It is preparing the human heart to understand something deeper, that every stage of existence, whether in this world or the next, is filled with the mercy of Allah. Nothing is outside His control. Nothing is outside His favor. In today's world, success is usually defined very differently. People think success means money in the bank, followers on social media, a big house, a stable job, or a comfortable lifestyle. And while these things can be blessings, Surah Ar-Rahman quietly shifts our attention to something far greater. It reminds us that true success is not only what we gain in this world, but what we secure for the life after death. Because what is the value of temporary comfort if the eternal outcome is loss? And what is the meaning of struggle in this world if it leads to eternal mercy in the hereafter? This surah keeps expanding our vision beyond the narrow limits of dunya and pushes us to think in terms of eternity. As the surah moves between descriptions of creation, mercy, accountability, paradise, and warning, the repeated ayah continues to appear like a checkpoint for the soul. It is as if Allah is asking, after seeing all of this, after understanding all of this, will you still deny my favors? Will you still live as if you are not accountable? Will you still forget where you are ultimately going? This is where the modern human struggle becomes very real. We are so focused on building a life here that we often forget we are also preparing for a life that never ends. Days pass, weeks pass, years pass, and we remain busy improving our temporary situation while neglecting our eternal one. The world becomes loud, urgent, and demanding, while the hereafter feels distant, even though it is the only certainty we have. Surah Ar-Rahman breaks this illusion gently but repeatedly. Every time the ayah is repeated, it is like a reminder that this life is not the final destination. It is only a passage. A temporary journey filled with opportunities to recognize Allah, to obey Him, to repent, to change, and to return to Him before it is too late. Even the blessings of this world are not meant to distract us from the hereafter. They are meant to guide us towards it. Health is a chance to worship. Wealth is a chance to give. Time is a chance to improve. Knowledge is a chance to understand truth. Every blessing is actually a responsibility. And then the surah shows us something even deeper. The hereafter itself is described as a place of Allah's mercy. Paradise is not just reward, it is favor. Forgiveness is not just escape, it is favor. Entry into eternal peace is not just achievement, it is Allah's generosity. So when Allah repeats this ayah, even in the context of the unseen world, it is teaching us that everything, this life and the next, is built upon His mercy. There is no moment, no stage, no outcome that is free from His favors. But there is also a quiet warning hidden inside this repetition, because the same blessings that can elevate a person can also become the reason for neglect. The same life that can lead someone closer to Allah can also distract them completely. The same time that can be used for preparation can also be wasted in forgetfulness. That is why the question keeps returning. It is not just a reminder, it is a test of awareness, a test of whether we are living with purpose or living on autopilot, a test of whether we are preparing for forever or only reacting to today. And when a person truly reflects on this, something shifts inside them. The world does not disappear, but its control over the heart weakens. The pressure of comparison fades, the obsession with temporary success reduces, because the heart begins to see a bigger reality, one where every action has weight, every moment has meaning, and every blessing is a sign pointing back to Allah. This is the deeper message of Surah Ar-Rahman. Do not be fooled by the temporary brightness of this world. Look beyond it, prepare for what is permanent, and recognize that every stage of existence is already surrounded by Allah's mercy. That is why the ayah is repeated even when speaking about the unseen, because whether you are in this world or standing before your Lord, the truth remains the same. Everything you have ever experienced is from His favor, and everything you will face is also within His mercy. This ayah is a direct conversation between you and Allah. At the deepest level, Surah Ar-Rahman is not just a recitation to be heard, it is a conversation to be felt. When Allah repeats this ayah 31 times, it is not only to describe blessings or teach a concept, it is to create a moment of awareness where the heart feels as if it is being personally addressed again and again. Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? This is not a general statement for humanity in the abstract. It feels direct. It feels personal. It feels as if, after every blessing mentioned, Allah is pausing and turning towards you specifically, asking you to reflect on your own life, your own memories, your own experiences. In today's world, people often feel disconnected, even from themselves. Life moves fast. We wake up, check our phones, scroll through endless content, reply to messages, go to work or study, come back tired, and repeat the cycle. Days pass, but reflection becomes rare. We live more in reaction than in awareness. And in that noise, the heart slowly forgets how to pause and think deeply. This is exactly where Surah Ar-Rahman interrupts us. Every time this ayah appears, it breaks the cycle of distraction. It forces a pause. It creates a moment where you cannot just keep moving forward without thinking. You are being asked to remember your life, your blessings, your struggles, your moments of protection, your moments of help, and your moments when Allah carried you through something you thought you would not survive. Think about your own journey. There were moments you were certain things would fall apart, yet they didn't. There were moments you felt alone, yet help arrived in ways you did not expect. There were times you made mistakes, yet Allah concealed them and gave you another chance. There were moments of confusion, yet clarity came when you least expected it. These are not random events. They are signs of care, protection, and mercy that you were living inside without even realizing it. That is why this ayah feels so personal. It is not just reminding you of general blessings like the sun, the earth, or the oceans. It is also reminding you of your own story, the hidden blessings that only you and Allah know about. And the repetition makes it even more powerful. Because each time it appears, it is as if Allah is speaking again, but from a slightly different angle, touching a different memory, a different moment, a different layer of your life. One repetition reminds you of provision. Another reminds you of protection. Another reminds you of guidance. Another reminds you of forgiveness. Another reminds you of patience during hardship. Slowly, the heart begins to realize something very profound. Your entire life has been surrounded by Allah's favors from beginning to end. But this conversation is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to awaken you. It is meant to bring you back from forgetfulness. Because forgetfulness is one of the biggest struggles of the human heart. We forget Allah when life is easy, and we forget His mercy when life is difficult. We forget His blessings when we are comfortable, and we forget His tests when we are blessed. So Allah keeps asking the same question, not because He is seeking an answer, but because He is inviting reflection. He is opening a door for awareness. He is gently pulling the heart back into connection. And if a person truly listens to this ayah, something very subtle begins to change inside them. They no longer hear it as repetition. They hear it as mercy. They hear it as care. They hear it as love that is refusing to let them remain spiritually asleep. Because in the end, this ayah is not just about what you have been given. It is about who is giving it. And when the heart finally understands that, the question changes from, which blessing will I deny, to a deeper realization. How could I ever be ungrateful to the one who has never stopped giving me every reason to remember him? Conclusion. In the end, Surah Ar-Rahman is not just a chapter of the Quran you recite. It is a mirror placed in front of your life. Every repetition of this ayah is a reminder that you are surrounded by blessings you cannot even count, breathe by breath, moment by moment. Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? After hearing it again and again, the question slowly changes something inside the heart. At first, it feels like a reminder. Then it becomes reflection. And if you truly listen, it becomes awareness that nothing in your life has ever been without Allah's mercy. The truth is simple, but powerful. Most of what we stress over is what we don't have, while most of what we ignore is what we already live inside. Health, time, guidance, protection, forgiveness, opportunities. These are not small details. These are signs of a Lord who never stopped giving. And Surah Ar-Rahman keeps repeating this question until the heart finally wakes up from its forgetfulness. Because Allah is not trying to expose you. He is trying to awaken you. So the next time you hear this ayah, don't let it pass like a sound in the background. Pause for a moment. Look at your life. Look at your past. Look at what you survived. Look at what you still have. And answer honestly, not with your tongue, but with your heart. I cannot deny any of your favors, O Allah. Alhamdulillah for everything we notice and for everything we don't.